GOP lawmakers are on a rampage to keep these topics out of classrooms. Here's how your student could be affected. 137 educational gag order bills were introduced in 36 states within roughly the first 8 months of 2022, according to PEN America, which has been tracking this legislation across the U.S. 7 of those bills have become law, and 2 executive actions have been signed in successful efforts to limit what educators are allowed to include in their curriculums. In Florida, House Bill 1557, or the Don't Say Gay bill, targets K-3 classroom instruction on gender identity and sexual orientation. And House Bill 7 prohibits employers of all kinds from requiring training about divisive concepts related to race, sex, color, or national origin. That goes for classroom lesson plans as well. Georgia's House Bill 1084 threatens school district superintendents with suspension if their curriculum or training programs promote any divisive concepts about race. House Bill 2670 in Tennessee warns public colleges and universities against seminars, workshops, trainings, or orientations that include, you'll never guess, divisive concepts or discriminate against individuals based on a political viewpoint. In Kentucky, Senate Bill 1 asserts that defining racial disparities solely on the legacy of slavery is destructive to the unification of our nation. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves signed off on Senate Bill 2113, which forbids the acknowledgement of any distinction or classification of students by race. It is now the law of the land in South Dakota that colleges and universities may not compel students to believe divisive concepts about race, religion, color, sex, ethnicity, or national origin. And public K-12 school teachers are to keep any ideas in violation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 out of lesson plans. On that last point, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is in agreement. He even created an email tip line for his constituents to report violations. What happens to the integrity of the U.S. educational system when historical facts are cast aside for rose-colored interpretations to assuage the guilt of certain groups? Or when bigoted phobias outweigh humanity? Or when disingenuous attempts at unity paint lived experiences as divisive? This has never been about the kids. This is about conservative right-wing political resentment for cultural progress that doesn't serve their agendas. You see this fight playing out in your students' classrooms and in some cases the courts. But it starts at the ballot box. The best way to ensure your students' educational experience is affirming, well-rounded, and at the very least historically accurate is to make your mark and vote for the lawmakers who represent the future you want to see.